Well, I have 7:30, but with my brilliant idea to make member announcements first, or at least 3 of them, I only have one of those people here so far. Cathy is here. But, Steve and Jason aren't here yet.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, good morning, everyone. I am Cathy Wagner. I'm with WFIN, WKXA, and 106.3 The Fox. And probably I'm going to say, gosh, Paula, I don't know if you can remember, but I'm thinking it's about 7 years that we've done a community day. What is ironic is that we have always picked Bluffton. And I can tell you that my daughter took a job just recently at Citizens National Bank at their headquarters for marketing. And just yesterday, she says to me, Mom, I'm just telling you that Bluffton is such an amazing community. So she went to Hook, got a sandwich, and kind of drove around, parked her car, and took a walk. She's like, do you realize like their school, she says, has like 4 bike racks. Every one of them are full. And they have the tiniest little bikes. They don't lock them up. Like she just kept going on and on. So I just thought I would share that, an outsider coming from Findlay, working in Bluffton, what she saw. So I thought that was pretty cool of her to let me know about that. So, but getting back to our community day. So each month we pick a different community to be in. And we will kick off North Baltimore here in about a couple weeks. And then our next one will be in Bluffton, which will be on May the 14th. Now, what that means is that we spend the day in Bluffton. We do our shows in Bluffton, except things are a little different this year. So what we usually do is we have location sponsors, which those have been sold because basically the people who always do it always renew. So what that means is like from 6 to 10, we will be live at a location and do our whole morning show. We will invite people supporting sponsorships to come on and do like an interview. With that, they will get 12 30-second spots the week to run that we are over there. They'll get promotional mentions during the whole time, meaning that when we're, for an example, at the Hook, we can say that, you know, coming up next is Citizens National Bank, you know, or we will be talking to so-and-so from Citizens National Bank and stuff. So you get recognition totally throughout the whole entire day. And then you're also, we have about 7,800 people signed up for our WKXA newsletter. And with that, then your business would be recognized in that newsletter. And then also, then you would be mentioning the promos every day, then also on our website. The total investment for that is like $205. That's it. And it will be on May the 14th, which is a Friday, that we will be over in Bluffton. The only thing that's different this year is that we are only going to do the 6A to 10A and then the 10A to 3P. The problem is that we are running into other things that we have already booked for that later that evening. With COVID kind of opening up, that we're really getting booked with things that we haven't been able to do in the past that we're certainly doing in the past now. So I just wanted to put it out there. Paula always comes down and talks about the chamber with us. But if you are interested, is my contact information, Paula, on with anything to do with the chamber over there? Or
I can put that in our Monday email, and I can certainly send it to everybody who RSVP'd for today's meeting as well. I can.
Okay. So, but if you have any questions, again, just to recap, that the cost is $205. You will come to either one of those locations. You will do an interview. You get your promos. You will be in the newsletter, and then you will, and with the 12 spots that you'll get, you will just send us the bullet information or about your business, and we'll create the spot for you. Or if you already have one, don't worry about it. Don't get stressed out about it. It's super easy. There's no reason to get stressed about that. So yeah, again, I would just love the opportunity to help you. And it's really not, it's just about Bluffton, why you chose to have your business in Bluffton, what the Bluffton community means to you. You could certainly talk about your business. We really want you to, but it's kind of like, you know, why Bluffton? And that's what it's all about when we do our community day.
The hosts make you very comfortable. It's very conversational. It's not a formal presentation. I really enjoyed participating and listening.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like I said, we just love Bluffton. I mean, it's really unheard of that we have been back to Bluffton that many times. Like, I'm surprised people are not saying why, because we've been with Bluffton every year. You know, but it's just we are so welcomed over there, and the energy is just amazing over there. Like, we really look forward to being in Bluffton.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Cathy was one of 3 people who responded to my request. I said, if you send me your item right away, I'm going to put you at the front of the meeting. And Steve Ritter from Citizens National Bank is another person who's done the same. Good morning, Steve.
Yeah, good morning. I've been involved with Cathy too on these. It's enjoyable and kind of fun to do, and they do a nice job making you feel at ease to talk about Bluffton, which is easy to do anyway. But to move on to my part, so this is Community Banking Month. So all month I don't know, I guess every organization has some kind of month, or every day is recognized somehow. But on April 30th, a Friday, we're going to have Shred Day, which means we're going to bring in a bunch of shred tubs, and people in the community, if you've got things you want to get rid of paper-wise, like old taxes or financials and what all, we've got secure places for you to bring that in, and we'll be glad to take that and dispose of it for you through the company we work with to get our items shredded. So, and if you don't have anything to shred and you want to stop by, we've got treats that day that we're going to give away to the community. So stop and see us from 9 to 4 on Friday, April 30th.
That sounds like a great service. Start getting ready now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think Jason Cox is here yet. So we are going to go ahead and begin our program. So I was talking to different people about doing an April program, and coincidentally, this is a National Library Week. So Jessica Hermiller is here from the Bluffton Public Library to fill us in on what's new. And I understand she's had a very busy week because of all of the things that are going on in the library world right now. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning. Happy National Library Week to everyone. And it's also Ohio Library Week too. So like Paula was saying, we've had a lot of meetings and Zoom meetings and webinars with our legislators this week. So that's been very, very fun, very educational. And I always look forward to both National Library Week, and typically we only do a legislative day and we spend all day down at the State House, but kind of having it over the week is great because we get to have much longer conversations with more people from the Finance Committee and Senate and the House. So it's been very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, so just bear with me. All right, can you see my presentation? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, the theme of National Library Week this year is Welcome to Your Library, which is kind of fitting because I think that for a lot of people, we are kind of walking back into the community after after a long year. And so I wanted to go through and kind of talk about the library itself. We have been around since 1935. There's a lovely bit of the library still left on the outside of the Bluffton High School walls. That is where the library started. And we do really enjoy our connection with the school. The building moved across the street in the 80s. The addition came on in the early 2000s, and we've been here ever since. So with our library, our focus is really on the community, and we had many opportunities over the course of 2020 to kind of build and modify and really recreate what the library experience is. I think that for us, a lot of the focus is on community support. So when we went into lockdown and when things were kind of unknown last spring, we looked at how we provide services to the community and where there were gaps and where we could continue providing the service that you all are used to. So for us, a lot of times that meant building into like our website. We did a lot of community support, a lot of virtual connections. We switched to a very online and televersion of reference services. We continue providing a lot of our traditional services. People continued to have books. Our numbers as far as I'm sorry, I think I skipped a slide here. No, our numbers as far as circulation continued, especially with our digital content. And then we had a lot of opportunities as well. The staff got to kind of dig deep into our continuing education and do some skill building. We really developed our web presence, and we were able to kind of go through, reorganize, and build into our collection as well. The summer is typically what people think of when it comes to our library. We have a very robust summer reading program. It's meant to help with summer slide from the students coming out of school in the spring, helping them retain a lot of those great skills that they've learned and keeping them prepared for school in the fall. But with the summer last year, we had to look at some new challenges. We had to think about doing high and low tech. So we developed screen-free paper versions or entirely like natural programs. And we also had digital versions of our summer programming. So we went from both ends of the spectrum, either having something that was very app-based that allowed a lot of digital freedom when it came to reporting your reading and connecting with others. And also we were able to take paper forms out, and we had them at the village office where people could stop in and pick up forms. We built on our collaborative relationships, really reaching out into the community. We were thankful and fortunate to have some great connections. We were able to do story times every week with the Quarry Farm. We worked with our local therapy dogs to do bedtime stories that were filmed and then posted online. We had great resources when it came to local authors, working with Johnny Appleseed Metropolitan Park. So really kind of fostering, just connecting with your neighbors, continuing your education, and also using the library. We found that we had to be creative and flexible, especially because libraries tend to be thought of in a very traditional sense. So we were able to develop some new features, strengthen the collection, and really kind of see some fresh perspective, what our community needed. So here are a few of the highlighted numbers for the past year. We were able to do 78 in-person programs and 100 online programs. The in-person programs included things like our student art celebration in March, which is one of my favorite events. where we bring in artwork from all of the surrounding schools and set it up as an art exhibit here at the library. So that's always a good time, and I was so grateful that we were able to have that. And then online programming for us, which is something new. We were able to create some new both social media based and filmed versions of some of our more popular programming, but also reach out into new things like streaming on Instagram Live, which was a new experience for us, but also a fun one. Library patrons still checked out a lot of materials. We have a community, Bluffton is 4,125, I think is the population count from 2019. And we also serve the school district in Richland County. And we have just, let's see, 4,152 members for the library, so active library cards. So when you look at these numbers, it's very encouraging, and it also shows a lot of where the need is in the community. When you're looking at a service population of just over 4,000, and you see that 3,000 community members came to the library during shutdown and sat in our parking lot and used the Wi-Fi, you know, that really speaks to the fact that there's a shortage when it comes to broadband access and to internet access outside of the city limits. We developed a few new programs, curbside pickup being one of them, where we were able to still provide materials to families, to teachers, and to the area nursing homes, but with minimal contact. And we also saw a lot of development with our website. I'm going to take a second and brag about my staff here, because we have 10 staff here at the library. And to see this number of programming, to know that all of our programming is built in-house, and then our website is also built in-house. We do all of our own marketing, and I am just beyond impressed every day with the creativity that the staff bring to the community. I can't get away from numbers, and I'm so sorry. I was talking with Paula earlier how traditionally people think of libraries and they think of people who enjoy reading but not math so much, right? And I love numbers so much. So this is just some content about what you have access to at the library. We have a robust collection for a library our size. We have a large percentage of e-materials through the Ohio Digital Library, and we're continuing to build on our programs and kits here. And I wanted to share a few stories of how we were able to connect with the community. We do typically have a decent number of reference questions during the year, right? People who come to the desk and need help researching where their family's cemetery plot might be, or their child is doing a report about jellyfish, or they're looking to add to their financial background, and so they need some books about saving money or banking, that sort of thing. So when we switched to a more virtual and telereference service, we so thoroughly enjoyed the conversations that we had. One of our favorites is a patron that calls pretty regularly, who has a really active aviation center near them, right? There's birds everywhere. So we've spent a lot of time with them this year, helping them figure out where to go on websites and how to identify the different species that they see coming through and using their bird feeders. We've had some Zoom programs where the we've maxed out capacity on the Zoom room, and we went over time, which bumped the entire presentation off, and had to start a secondary Zoom and resend the information, and then the group went for another hour. We've been able to do some really interesting programs. We created a pen pal program with Mennonite Memorial Home, connecting patrons and some of our older citizens in the area with the chance to send letters back and forth. We've also done pen pals with K through 12th, so the children can ask for book recommendations, and they receive a card in the mail, which is a lot of fun for them and for us too, because they often write back. We've been creating reading challenges, and we've had a lot of virtual author visits too. We typically do in between 4 to 6 virtual author visits every year, and we were able to continue that this year. So that was a lot of fun as well. Move my thing forward here. All right. So 2021 so far, this is what we're looking at. I will be continuing a lot of our new features. We're going to continue offering curbside. We're going to continue some of our new programs like the book bag, which is a library subscription service. We'll also be continuing our virtual reference and virtual programming. Our traditional services are going to hold. We have, again, a really great collection of materials here. We're very proud of what we're able to offer the Bluffton community. We have computer access. Our Wi-Fi is very strong. We have great reference sources, and we're offering a lot of support and training as well. And then continuing with community support. Building into our databases and our website, providing more information, providing ways to connect within the community, and then collaborating. So what we'd love to have you do is visit and use the library. We're always looking for guest readers who would be willing to pop onto a story time and share a story with the kids. If you'd be interested in sponsoring a program or a reading prize or award, we'd love that. If you'd like to co-host a program, we'd love that too. We enjoy highlighting different aspects and areas of our community, and we'd like to offer you some things as well. Beyond just visiting the library does provide presentations and staff trainings. And we have some great databases, including LinkedIn Learning and lynda.com, so that your staff can continue their education as well. We provide capsule collections, both for businesses, and a lot of times we're working with teachers at the school or the area preschool so that they have some new items to refresh their collections. We do a lot of research assistance, and it's just a new way to relax and reconnect with the community around you. That is the end of my presentation. So I'd love to answer any questions if you have them.
So I have a version of your calendar here, but I've printed it out very, very small. Can you give us an example of what, a standard monthly programming looks like?
Sure. During the month, we typically do in between 2 to 4 virtual story times. Some of them are pre-recorded and some of them are live, which I've gotten to help with a few of those in the past year, and that was fun. We did some bedtime story times where the kids and their pets are all sitting in front of the camera, and we read a few stories together before they head to bed for the evening. So that was a lot of fun. We do a lot of family-oriented or multi-generational programming. So programming that's not just for kids and not just for adults, but is meant to bring the whole community together. Our collaboration with MI and the JOI from Bowling Green is a great example of that. We do Origami Live once a month, and the groups that participate in that age ranges are from 3 to, I I'm awful at guessing age ranges, but I would say grandparents. We have a decent number that show up for that, where they're learning more about a different culture. They're also learning how to do origami. It's something to keep your hands busy, but it's also giving you face-to-face connections with other people, and maybe people that you wouldn't see otherwise because they're not in your bubble. They're not in your normal routine of grocery store, church and family, you know, that sort of routine setup that a lot of people in the area have. And then we have the mobile health clinic that comes out, you know, once a month and parks outside and checks in with people and connects them to the doctor. We do trivia nights. We do author book discussion groups on Wednesday afternoons. And then a variety of either virtual reference or pop-up programming during the rest of the year. And then craft kits that you take home and make, or we do a crafting with the staff, which again is either filmed or live. So we stay busy.
Any questions, please? Endorsements? I think I see a few people here that I've seen participating in the programs.
Fred Steiner may or may not have been responsible for the Zoom meeting that overloaded and then had to come in for a second meeting, but it was a good time.
And there were people from across the country at that Zoom.
Yeah, that was international, Japan and Canada also.
Wow.
So, yeah, my latest interest in the library is with trivia night, and the Steiner team and the Klingerman team had a good round. They beat the Klingermans are the reigning champs, but anybody interested in that, there's one coming up next week, I think, or the week and a half.
Yes.
So it's a lot of fun.
And you can kind of get a check on the competition if you want, because those videos are posted on our YouTube page.
Well, you'll be interested to know that my daughter in Cincinnati plays with me, and our other daughter in La Crosse, Wisconsin, is going to join us this time. They're on another. Let's see, we mute the sound so nobody can hear us talk, and we're on FaceTime answering the questions, and one of us is the designated button pusher. So it's a pretty interesting
The whole setup.
yeah, right.
I was telling Paula earlier that the staff test the trivia before everything goes up, right? We have to do a run through to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. So that's been kind of fun. We've been having a competition within the staff to see who can get through the questions the fastest with the most accuracy.
Well, the Klingermans are pretty good at it, so I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I have put the YouTube link and the Facebook link. If you haven't checked those out yet, I highly recommend it. It's a very entertaining and educational, and they have a very creative and busy staff there, and they're doing a really great job. Thanks so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you our chamber news. Top one being vaccine tourism. I know I got my vaccine in Pandora, but I am finding that people are coming to Bluffton from Columbus, from Michigan, and they want to get to know Bluffton while they're here. So I have been dropping off Explore Bluffton guides. I gave a a huge quantity to CVS, and they've been flying off the shelves. If you need to restock yours, or if you're finding people are stopping in from out of town, I'm happy to provide you. We have lots of Explore Bluffton guides, and I'm happy to provide you with more. And we are hoping to get more visitors during our summer discovery days. So this was something that we created last year, sort of the brainchild of Susie Stratton and Julie Stratton. So we're going to meet next week on the 15th to figure out what we want to do this year. Maybe one Saturday, June through September. Last year they were on the Saturday of Cars and Coffee. So they coincide with the farmers market and Cars and Coffee. If you don't know about Cars and Coffee, it's at Masterpiece Signs and Graphics. And I know I got calls from as far away as Defiance, checking what weekend they have this car show. And so right now we're having a discussion about when to have it, perhaps June through September. And businesses that participate tell us what do they want to promote about their business. If it's a retail shop, you don't necessarily have to have a sale. And I really want to emphasize this. This is not so much about slashing prices as it is about making sure that everybody knows what wonderful things you have to offer. So highlighting a product or a service is ideal. If you want to have an activity outdoors, if you want to have a sidewalk sale, that's great. We're suggesting you could adopt an alley. You could host a Saturday crafternoon. We're talking about having the hours advertised as being from 8 to 3, but your business does not have to stay open for that entire time period. However, if you're going to have an activity, we'd like to ask that it be at least 3 hours long, so that people don't come and say, hey, where's the cornhole tournament? Oh, that was only for 1 hour from 2 to 3. So we want to make sure that you have a nice time slot. We have some potential themes for that. The first date in June, the Bluffton Presbyterian Church is going to be having a ribbon cutting for their new gazebo that will be going up. And Dave Sykes and his band will be performing. So we're talking about the possibility of having a Tune into Bluffton theme in June, possibly Christmas in July, the following month. I could just see a strolling Santa in Hawaiian shirt and shorts. Luke Young suggested we could have a decorating contest like we have for the Blaze, except, it could be a 4th of July decorating, a patriotic decorating contest. In August, I'm asking, who knows, would a corn-a-thon be appropriate for the 4th week of August, or 4th Saturday? Or is when does sweet corn peak? Or can we, do we know when that would be? And then maybe in September, a homecoming theme. So it could be anything to do with beavers and pirates. A lot of great opportunities, I think, with a homecoming theme in September. Any questions or suggestions on Discovery Days? All right, well, if you would like to participate, we are going to be meeting at 7:30 on April 15th by Zoom, and I can send you that link, or you can email me your interest in participating, so that we can determine if we have the interest that we need to go ahead with this. Farmers market season is almost upon us. We have a discount for people who sign up for the full year. And the deadline for that is April 16th. And then opening day is May 1st. If you have any questions about that, our market manager is Greg Probst, and he's at Bluffton Farmers Market at embarkmail.com. And Greg tells me that we have several new vendors already, and we are putting up information on explorebluffton.com/farmers-market. So what about the rest of the summer and the rest of the year? I don't know yet if fireworks and National Night Out are going to happen. I'll be talking with Matt Oglesby about that, and that will be determined soon. So I'm feeling very enthusiastic and like that's going to happen. And so we'll be reaching out to you about sponsorships for that and sponsorships for the Blaze of Lights. So stay tuned for a separate email on that. And then finally, I have sent out decals kind of in batches. I feel badly that 2021 decals are not to everyone. I don't have everyone's dues yet. So please look for your email and in your mail. I'm starting to send reminders in the mail, and then we will send you your decal. All right. Any questions about chamber events? Don't forget to unmute your microphone if you are indeed talking. All right. Well, you can always ask me again later in the program. I'm going to go now to member announcements, and I might as well do my BCE announcement right now. That is on the 29th. We're doing a Zoom market research roundtable. If you have market research that you would like some help with, send us your what kinds of things you'd like to know. I was telling Jessica, I'm learning how to use the ODOT website to find out average daily traffic counts. I'm learning how to use the Hancock and Allen County Auditor websites to find out about properties sold, you name it. So if you have something that you feel would benefit your business, some information that you'd like to have, let me know, and we will help you do that homework. And if you have resources that you think everyone should know about, you can share those with us too. All right, so next on my agenda is the Festival of Wheels. Dick Ramsire, do you want to tell us something about that?
Sure do. We're thankful at Lions that we're able to present it again this year. Last year was one of those washouts. And we're excited about this and bring back the tradition. You know, historically, we've been able to have very close to 200 vehicles on Main Street. That has all kinds of opportunities for businesses to benefit. And it's just wonderful to see the hundreds and hundreds of people walking around and viewing the vehicles. It's exciting. There are antique cars, there's classic cars, trucks, tractors, golf carts, fire engines, motorcycles, Cushmans. All those things are of interest of particular people. And we have people coming in from all over the region. And that's really neat to have this as a focal point for Bluffton. 53 years, that's quite a history. Thank you, Paula.
You're very welcome. I'm super excited that we'll have that opportunity. Says here rain or shine, but you guys usually have pretty darn good weather. So, yeah. All right. Any questions about that from anyone? It is not a high question day. Okay. All right. Jen Fitzpatrick. I don't have you on the agenda, but I know I have your email. Would you like to talk to us about an opportunity for our businesses?
We are actually going to do a business card directory that is a glossy magazine, kind of half size magazine that is going to do just basically showcase your business card. I kind of refer to this little business card directory as kind of like the kitchen drawer guide, the thing that you keep and pull out like you used to pull out the telephone book. It is categorized. This is actually going to come out next month in the Lima News. So everybody who gets a copy of the Lima News will get a copy of this. A lot of people don't realize that the Lima News does service an 8-county area. So this is going to get into a lot of people's hands, and it has a 12-month shelf life because this issue will be out for a year, and then next year we'll do another one. To put your business card in it, it is only $85, and there's bulk discounts if more than one person in your company want to go in it. So we offer a business card at $85. You could also do a full page, which is a 3-inch by 9-inch ad, and that's only $325. So business card ad breaks down to only about 23 cents a day. So it's just something new. We have not done it before in this area. Our Bowling Green sister paper did it in the fall and had great success with it. So we decided to bring it down to this area. So just let me know. Today is actually deadline. I'm going to be reaching out to some more people today. We're very, very shorthanded at the Lima News right now. If you want to get into it, you can reach out to me. My email is jfitzpatrick@limanews.com. Really easy. And let me know either by today, or actually we can probably stretch it out for the Bluffton residents. We're probably going to stretch it out to Monday. Just let me know by the end of the day, Monday, if you want to be included, and send me a picture of your business card and we'll get you taken care of.
Thank you. Excellent. All right. Now, who else do I have here with announcements? What's new with everyone?
Well, I guess I'm a part of everyone.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I kind of like these Zoom meetings because it gives me an opportunity to show off a little bit of some of the work that I've been doing. In the background here is a picture of a recent installation that we did actually over by Defiance. This is a kind of a strange setup at this location. They have it's called Friends of Feline Rescue Center. Friends of Feline. So they're a cat rescue center sort of a place, but they've got a few horses, a goat, and a couple other strange animals around there, peacocks and whatever. They've got about 25 little small buildings and a couple of residences that are all on this property. But this is a solar array that we did for them. Actually, it's set up as a personal solar array, but it powers up. This will serve about half of their needs, but they didn't want to go any bigger than that for the time being. So it's a potential for it to be an expansion somewhere down the road. And we do have a number of different places that have done expansions where they started out with a smaller setup than I would normally recommend, maybe half the size or so, for various reasons. It could be the space they wanted to allocate. It could be the budget that they had in mind at the time. There's all kinds of reasons for going smaller than a full-blown solar array but a lot of them, or several anyway, have come back later and expanded it. So I never thought that would happen in my business when I first started because of the kind of business that it is, but it has been, and there's been a number of people that have done it. So anyway, I'm showing off this one today. Thanks.
So Dan, when you have a solar panel like that, what's the ease of ownership? I mean, does it take maintenance? And what?
Yeah, there's really not much maintenance involved with solar. That's one of the nice things about solar. Basically, it sits there just like your electric panel in your house. I mean, how much maintenance does your electric panel in your house require? It's very little. They do, depending on the system, the inverter may have a fan, you know, a cooling fan and some air filters and things like that that need to be checked every once in a while. But for the most part, it just sits there and it just runs. Every day it starts up and every day in the evening it shuts down. And yeah, it's pretty much no maintenance. It might not be a bad idea to clean it there once a year or something, because sometimes it'll get a bit of a film buildup. You might call it mildew or something, but you know, to clean it with a non-corrosive type of detergent would be okay, and you know, sort of a soft bristle brush or a broom of some sort to be able to reach it. Of course, if it's on a roof, it's pretty hard to do that. But if it's on the ground, you do have the opportunity to clean it every once in a while. But it's really not a required, but it would probably help out in the long run if you did.
Maybe it's that pollen we've all been talking about.
Kind of it is, yeah. And, you know, in this particular location, it actually has a horse pasture that we had to drive the cement trucks and everything through a horse pasture to get back here to set this up. So it could be dusty in the summertime. So we'll see just how much dust and dirt really develops on there. But anyway, it's in operation for a couple of weeks now. Actually, it's pretty new.
Looking good. Thank you so much. All
Thank you.
right. Who's next? Just go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello to your fellow members.
Hello, this is Marcy from 10,000 Villages. I just wanted to give a shout out. We are having a So Much Good sale. It's today and tomorrow. So the idea is, you know, just like we plant seeds for our garden, our business is all about growth and regeneration for our artisan communities in different countries. So when you buy a product from us, you help provide sustainable employment for those who create the items. So it's 20% off your entire purchase. It does exclude consumables and clearance, but it's a good way to kick off any purchasing you may need to do for weddings, baby showers, graduations, and those sorts of events. Thank you.
Mother's Day.
Oh yes, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Yes, anything you can think of. Or just if you haven't bought anything for yourself in a while, treat yourself. I know personally, I haven't done a lot of spending for myself over the last year, just because I have not really been shopping. So yeah, come on down. It's today and tomorrow. We're open today 11 to 5 and Saturday 10 to 3.
And 10,000 Villages is definitely the kind of place where you have to go often and see what they have. I bet you'll be surprised by the new things that they offer. Right. Anybody else? Who's next? What's new?
Things are going well at school, Paula, this week especially. And we're in session in April. How about that? Instead of being home, or our kids being home. But yeah, so that's a good thing. Difference a year makes, so that's good.
Does the energy level go up when the weather's nice?
Yeah, but you know, it's a little different year. But I mean, yeah, the kids are excited all the time when they're here, so they're great.
I was on Vine Street at 301 yesterday, and I was astounded by the excitement and all the smiling faces leaving school. It was great.
And there are a lot of bikes coming. You're right.
Yeah,
it's always neat to see. We get those comments too, like you said at the beginning of the Zoom. So people from out of town and see all the bikes, especially in front of the elementary school. So
excellent.
And Greg, are you having an honors banquet as typical in years past, or is it kind of different this year, or what are you doing for that?
Yeah, we're doing those just with our students this year, but we're gonna have graduation is gonna be in person. Location yet to be determined, but but we'll see. So,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
yep.
Thank you. All right, let's keep rolling. If you want to unmute yourselves, we can just have conversation. We have another 10 minutes, 9 minutes. I'm sure we'd all like to know what's new in your neck of the woods. Our next meeting is going to be on May 14th, and Bluffton Hospital is going to be our program provider. And I have the Ride to Remember as our topic for June. So we are good on programs until September. If you would like to provide a program in the fall, please let me know. You know, I come up with ideas, but I love it when people volunteer a topic. We all want to know what's new and want to stay in touch. I think for me, this is the #1 benefit of chamber membership, is that we stay connected with each other. We know what's going on. So I want to encourage you to volunteer for a program in the fall. All righty. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm going to leave this up and we can continue to chat, but you are dismissed if you need to start your day. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.